in my lodge. Back to work now, all of you.
Okay, so that's the end of chapter 2. At the very beginning of chapter 2 and throughout, they're talking about the masons. So this is someone who makes stone and who forms stone. They talk about the mason's mark, okay? The tools bore his mark, the mason's mark. It was one of Cole's jobs as an apprentice to keep track of them. So you can think about a mason's mark as something with your first and last initial. So for example, my name is Olivia Elliott. So my initials would be OE. Rachel's initials would be RX. Austin's would be AC, and Rachel's would be RW. So Rachel Shu, what would your initials be?
RX.
Good. And Austin, what would your initials be?
AC.
Good. And Rachel, what would your initials be?
RW.
Good. So does everyone have some pencil crayons around them? Or some crayons, some markers, something like that?
I only have 2 highlighters around.
That'll work. Just see if you guys can find some colors. It's 5:05 now. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to create your own stamp. But your stamp has to include your first and your last initial. So an R and an X. And what your stamp would do is it would go on your tools to show that that is what is yours. Okay, so let's say I have my mouse here for my computer. I would put an OE on it. Okay, so you're making the logo. I'll show you an example. They're not as decorative, okay, but I'm looking for your initials. So for example, I have one here. This here is an example of a mason's mark.
You're not sharing your screen.
Yep, 1 second. So this is a mason's mark. So the initial here is a T, which you can't really see, but you can kind of see, a T and an A, okay? But you can see that that belongs to someone specific. And maybe those aren't initials. Those are just the letters that we see. There's lots of different ones that we can see. People have triangles, stars. But the idea is I want you to do your best to include your initials into it, okay? And that just gives you some ideas here. All right. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 minutes and you have to use some colors, okay? Your 5 minutes starts now.
Okay, 5 minutes and counting.
Rachel Shu, do you have your mason's mark? Let's see it. Let's take a look. All right, and can you show us where your initials are in it? So where's the R? You can talk, explain it to us.
The R is here.
Oh, I see it. And where's your X? Awesome. That one's really cool. Well done, Rachel. Austin, do you have your mason's mark?
Mason mark.
Yep, the mark that you've been working on. I just gave you 5 minutes to create one.
My audio
It has to have an A and a C in it.
My audio kind of cut out then, so I didn't really know what I was doing.
So that's when you ask a question, right? So you're making a Mason's mark like they've talked about in the story, and it has to have your initials on it, an A and a C.
Oh,
All right, Rachel, Wu, do you have yours, sweetie?
yes.
All right, let's see it. And you have to show us your letters, okay? We can't see it. Oh, wow. And you've just put them right in there.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Thank you.